Hey everybody, it's Eileen, the author of The Simple Guide to the Paleo Autoimmune Protocol, otherwise known as the AIP, and I'm here today to talk about AIP perfectionism. So there's a fine line between committing to the AIP and doing it well enough that you can reverse your autoimmune symptoms and start to feel better, and sweating the small stuff so much that it causes more stress than it does anything else. So today I'm just going to try and walk that line with you and tell the difference. So on the Paleo Autoimmune Protocol, you do absolutely 100% want to avoid the inflammatory foods that aren't allowed on it. You want to focus on nutrient density, getting the most out of your diet. You do want to prioritize sleep and stress management and have just a holistic view of healing and patience. Give yourself time for this to work. Perfectionism, what does that look like? Well, an example of that would be, for example, bone broth is recommended on the AIP, and some people make it in a slow cooker, and some people make it on the stove top, and some people make it in a pressure cooker. And I've gotten questions from people wanting to know if scientific studies have been done to find out which of these extracts the most nutrients and has the most benefit. What I would say to that, don't worry about that. If you are drinking bone broth, making homemade bone broth, you've got it. That's all you need to do. Another example would be for me, one of the ways I make this manageable for me is I chop all of my vegetables at once after I grocery shop, so they're in my fridge, ready to cook at night during the work week. Makes dinners, come together quickly, and I eat a lot of vegetables, which you really want to do on this protocol. Some people have asked me, does that interfere with the nutrients? They're worried like if they cut them up too far in advance, they'll lose a little bit of the nutrition. What I would say to that is first of all, some things like lettuce, actually you get more nutrition when you cut it up, but overall just don't worry about it. The most important thing is, what's the easiest way for you to eat a lot of vegetables? Because that's the health part. Don't worry so much about how soon you chop up in advance. So in a nutshell, the autoimmune protocol is hard to do. We all know that. And we want to make it as easy for ourselves as possible to be sustainable so that we can do this. And what I would say to you when you start worrying too much about the details or sweating the small stuff too much or raising your personal bar so it keeps getting higher and higher and higher as to what's required of you is to just take a step back, take a deep breath, and give yourself some grace, because it's the big picture that matters. It's not those tiny, tiny things. And you deserve a break. And if you're doing the AIP, you're already doing awesome.